This is Ice Cream Gecko, and in today's video we are going to take a look at the Manna ice cream. Hazelnut and cream with chocolate sauce ice cream. Usually Manna is known for their Neapolitan waffles. You can see these layered waffles here, and this is the sort of packaging that you get them in. This right here is now an ice cream with these flavors. I picked this up at my local Globus for €4.99, and we are going to take a quick look around the outside of the packaging. Pause if you want to take a look at the nutrition table right here. Pause if you want to take a look at the stuff right there, and pause if you want to take a look at the ingredients list in German, in Italian, in other languages as well right there. Now this particular one, best used until the 31st of March 2025, and we are going to take off the lid now. Perfect duo. So we've got the Manna ice cream and the Manna waffles. Take it off, and it looks like hazelnut ice cream. We've got hazelnut pieces, I assume, on the very top there. Ice cream all around, different colors right here. Let's see what this smells of. It smells of slightly fatty ice cream. I can definitely see that hazelnut. Yeah, hazelnut scent. Well, when it comes to the smell of it, it is fine. Yeah, here, hazelnut ice cream with hazelnut ice cream and ice cream with cream 28%, with hazelnut brittle 7%, and chocolate sauce. Yes. Okay, let's take the knife right here. I don't have my cutting board right now, which is a bit unfortunate, but I'm going to close this up once more. Then I'm going to use my knife and I'm going to slice it through, as we usually do with these ice creams, don't we? That's what we are here for, slicing open the ice cream pints. Let's see what this looks like on the inside. Yes, well, it looks nice and swirled. Don't have anything to complain about here. Which one are we going to keep? We're going to keep the one with the ingredients list at the table, and I put the other one into the freezer. I'll be back with you in just a second. Alright, I'm back at the desk, so let us take the spoon, zoom in on the action, and take a spoonful of ice cream right out of the center here. So we've got coconut, I wanted to say coconut, hazelnut pieces right there already. One piece. Consistency wise, this appears to be fine. It doesn't feel icy through the spoon. It feels creamy enough. Looks wise, it's alright as well. Let's see what this smells of on the spoon, with a bit of air having contact to that. It smells very similar. Yeah, smells alright. So the first spoonful is consumed. It definitely tastes of hazelnut. A bit of iciness in there. I don't know if that's ice or if that's something else, some sort of sugar thingy. But flavor-wise, it is fine. It is creamy enough. Now that I'm running the spoon through that part, I do feel a bit of grittiness almost. But that just might be down to the hazelnut pieces in there. Let's go for another spoonful. Yeah, that just might be these hazelnut pieces. Flavor-wise, I have to say, this tastes like a nice, mild hazelnut ice cream. And the texture of these hazelnut pieces in the mouth is quite alright as well. Nice and crunchy. And yeah, so far so good. I'm going for another one. Now I had a good taste of that chocolate sauce. That's fine too. Nice and sweet. There is some sort of almost as if there were sugar or ice crystals in here. A crunch that I wouldn't put down to the hazelnut pieces all by themselves. At least not at this point in time. But this particular hazelnut piece that was more crunchy than a regular hazelnut piece. I don't know. It's a bit weird. It's not unpleasant, but I'm trying to find out whether that particular crunch, that harder crunch, because these hazelnut pieces are usually a sort of soft crunch, right? Not an ice crystal crunch or sugar crystal crunch. This is more of a soft, more organic crunch, I guess. But there is another crunch in here that can't really be explained by the regular hazelnut piece. Maybe you can hear that crunch while I'm chewing down on this. I don't know if it is too disgusting hearing me chew on ice cream. I tend to not like that too much. I used to cut out all these bits in the videos, but it's a long process to do that for every bite, for every eating segment, and I'm very bad at editing videos. So I'm trying to edit less these days, cut out less, keep it a bit simpler overall. And I mean, if you don't want to hear me like eat anything, you can just skip straight to the rating section, right? The time codes, timestamps are in the video description for that. I am steadily making my way through the pint, and I can say that overall flavor-wise, this is quite alright. It is creamy. It's not too intense in flavor, not in terms of hazelnut, not in terms of chocolate, not in terms of anything else. It appears to be a very nicely balanced product, and yeah, it tastes quite creamy. Yeah, overall it is pleasant. The scent that initially reminded me of that awful Milka ice cream that I took a look at once, that was really bad. That was also supposed to taste of hazelnut, and you also had this sort of fatty scent to this. There's a slightly fatty, not really texture, but scent and flavor to this here as well. Maybe that's just down to the hazelnut nature. But this one right here has been a very decent iteration of hazelnut ice cream, I have to say, as opposed to that Milka ice cream that I took a look at, luckily, a long time ago. The memory is fading, which is good. So I'm going for another few spoons here. I am almost through with this half of the pint, and I have to say that the sugary crunch really appears to be just down to the hazelnut brittle that we have here. I was not quite sure at first about this, because some of these pieces didn't really... They reminded me more of regular just ground hazelnut, and not the sugary coated type of hazelnut. But yeah, since there isn't any like icy texture in here, and any big sugar pieces either, it really seems to be just that hazelnut brittle that we have here that supplies that rather special crunch. And yeah, I have to say, so far so good. I'm going to finish this off, and I'll see you with the review sheet in just a second. Alright, the consumption process is complete, and we are ready to rate this with the review sheet. First impression wise, I give 1 out of 1 available point. I think it did look alright, it did smell alright, therefore I don't really want to complain about it too much. Same story for the colour. It looked like it should. I think the very top of it wasn't as nice, but the inside of it, I think that looked quite decent, therefore 1 out of 1 point here. Consistency and texture wise, I give 2 out of 2 available points. I was, for quite some time, not quite sure what to think about it, because I assumed that maybe that sugary crunch was down to undissolved sugar or maybe ice crystals, but it really seems to be down to that hazelnut brittle, and therefore it is nice and welcome. Overall, I really did enjoy the texture of this. The overall consistency of that creamy ice cream was pretty much fantastic. I don't have to complain about this at all. Flavor wise, I give 4 out of 5 available points. I think overall it did taste alright, and the hazelnut ice cream tasted of hazelnut, the chocolate tasted of chocolate, the chocolate sauce I should say. Overall, yeah, I don't have much to complain about it. It of course could always be a bit richer in flavor. Maybe the chocolate could taste a bit more full of actual like chocolate. This was quite a sweet chocolate sauce we had here, but that's just complaining on a high level, I assume. I think 4 out of 5 is an appropriate rating here. Theme realization, I give 0.75 out of 1 available point, and that's not necessarily down to what we have described here on the packaging. Now I could give a 1 out of 1 if I were to go by what's written on the box here. On the lid of the pint here, but when you had these Mana Neapolitan waffles before, you do expect more than just hazelnut stuff in here, right? A hazelnut and cream ice cream with chocolate sauce. You expect at least some form of waffle texture, and this here doesn't have any waffle texture at all. I was hoping for them to maybe sprinkle in some waffle pieces, maybe, I don't know, have some like chocolate balls with waffle stuff inside of it, or something that makes it. Do I have? No, I have the wrong half here. I don't have the picture of it here. But that reminds us of the actual Mana waffle, of that classic thing. But none of that was in here. So yeah, you can give 1 out of 1 available point in that themalization section, but I'm not feeling too comfortable with that, because the Mana name. You think of one thing, you don't think of ice cream, you think of these waffles, and this lets it down a little bit, just a little bit, but this could very easily be, depending on what you think, a 9 out of 10. Overall, I am quite happy with this product though, and therefore I'm giving an 8.75 out of 10 for the Mana ice cream. And this shall be the end of this particular video. If you've got a question or a video suggestion, leave it in the comment section down below. And if you want to see more videos just like this one, feel free to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope I'm going to see you soon. Until then, bye bye.